right. This was your first Assassin's Creed game? How dare you play it out of order? Just kidding. That's just what people say to me. Yes, I love the B movie. I love the B movie. Hi, Shan. I'm good. How are you? Good to see you. This is like an intense music. This is where we part ways. Anyone who says they played the Assassin's Creed games out of order, this is where we part ways. Just kidding. Okay, I'm gonna start. And Shin, I'm playing on my Xbox controller. It's so nice. Any whore. Yes! MegMage. Let's go. I am leaving to swim.
I don't think anyone ever expects to wake up one morning and find themselves caught in the middle of a war between two secret organizations. I know I didn't. But here I am. On one side are the Templars, better known these days as Abstergo Industries. They're in the business of control. Politics, economics, technology. They won't stop until every single one of us serves them. Literally. Fighting against them are the Assassins, a group dedicated to safeguarding humanity's free will. I was born into the Brotherhood.
Yes.
A couple of weeks ago, the Templars found me. They took me prisoner, strapped me into a machine they built and put me to work. It's called an Animus, and it's where I spent most of my time. Exploring the memories of my ancestors, discovering entire lives locked deep inside my DNA.
Altair!
First, I revisited the life of Altair ibn La'ahad, an assassin from the Crusades. The Templars wanted the location of something known as a Piece of Eden, an ancient artifact capable of bending people to their will. Once the Templars had what they were looking for, they decided my usefulness had come to an end. But Lucy saved me. Lucy. When things were at their worst, she revealed herself to be an assassin and helped me escape. I was hoping that would be the end of my misadventures, but we were just getting started. Back into another Animus I went. Now, I'm reliving the memories of Ezio Auditore da Firenze, my ancestor from the Renaissance.
Oh, look at baby Ezio.
Through the bleeding effect, I'm becoming an assassin in more than just name. It will come in handy as the Templars prepare to enslave us all. They found us. They've crashed our hideout and we're fleeing the scene looking for a place to hide. Only there isn't any and time is running short. My name is Desmond Miles, and this is my story.
I love you, Desmond, and I ship you and Lucy so hard. I think you're really cute together. He's a little shyer than Ezio, though. Whoa, 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 whoa. Huh?
How did you find me?
Mario Auditore, let me hear.
It's the same actor, please tell me that. Voice actor? Mario Auditore, send me here. Okay, good. You look so handsome! GG's.
Rebecca, what's going on?
I have to run some diagnostics. I'll get back to you.
Oh, Minerva. Fuck. Minerva.
It is done. The message is delivered. We are gone now from this world. All of us. We can do no more. The rest is up to you, Desmond.
What?
Oh, crispy.
I don't understand.
Crispy,
Please
crispy.
wait. I have so many questions.
Oh, we're starting just right where we left off. So you have Altair's armor? What if you didn't get Altair's armor? Look at him! Date of birth 1459, profession assassin. Well, this experience has been quite the education. Although there's nothing in the history books following Ezio's disappearance from Florence as a teenager, after the execution of his father and brothers, we now know that he fled with his mother Maria and sister Claudia to his uncle Mario's Tuscan villa. Trained there as an assassin, he prepared to hunt down the Templars, the men behind the execution. And hunt them he did, killing them one by one until he reached their leader, Rodrigo Borgia. Oh, Ezio got it in his lifetime. Okay. With the help of his uncle and the other assassins, he discovered Rodrigo's plan to open an ancient vault beneath the Vatican, supposedly leading to God himself. Hi, Fammy! Ezio defeated Rodrigo, entered the vault alone, and communed with a projection of Minerva, a member of an ancient race that existed before humans. An ancient race. This all sounds very far-fetched when I write it out like that now, doesn't it? Fortunately, we have the Animus records to prove it, so we didn't dream it or anything. Unless we're all in a dream right now. Sorry. Mad Manris, thank you so much for that brand new sub. I appreciate that. This is crispy. Was this the year after? Whoa. Yes. Jesus, how did they do that? How did they churn out these games so fast? Please, Pope, be there. Oh, shit. I want to throw him against the wall. Controller. Mario?
Better in the hands of the earth than in the hands of man.
Uncle.
What can I say? We sent a single man against an entire army. I was worried. Quick, climb up. We have to get out of here.
Okay, it's a me, Mario. Climb up. Oh, nice. Oh my god, it's so much better with an Xbox controller. I can't. Hi, Surf. Madman, thank you so much for those bits. Yes, I still have my... that's so cool. It didn't change like any of the controls and skills and stuff.
You would not believe the things I have seen, Mario.
Then be sure to stay alive that I might hear of them.
I expect opposition.
And I expect the Borgia to mourn the loss of many lives tonight.
Mario's fucking look. He had a glow up. Zaddy. Uncle. He looks good. One of several important condottieri patrolling the Tuscan countryside. Madman, thank you again. Mario Auditori was a born leader. He began his military career as a 6-year-old when he played a significant role in the Florentine and Milanese conflict at the Battle of Angari. While on an expedition to Monteriggioni with his father, he alerted the Florentine general Micheletto at Tendolo to the appearance of several dust clouds over the road, which signaled a surprise advance by Milanese troops. Thanks to Mario, the Milanese attack was foiled and the Florentines won the battle. Hell yeah! Although Mario sided with Florence during Angari for most of his career, he defended the interests of his hometown Monteriggioni, derailing Florentine attempts to seize Tuscan territory. While Mario's younger brother Giovanni moved to Florence in 1454 to pursue a career in banking, Mario stayed at the family's villa in Monteriggioni. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, sorry.
Hooray.
Stating in a letter to Giovanni that he preferred fighting like a man to filling out balance sheets. I love Mario. After Giovanni's death, Mario brought Ezio, Claudia, and Maria to the family villa and taught Ezio about the conflict between the Assassins and Templars. Ever since, Ezio and his uncle have been inseparable. That's so cute. Okay, chat. Mario or Giovanni? Who do you prefer? Yeah, who's Luigi? I love Mario. I think for me it's Mario. Oh.
Che cosa fate qui? Assassini! God will see you pay for your crimes! You have desecrated the sanctity of this holy place!
And
You
I'll do it
condemn what you
again.
do not understand.
We must go, Ezio. Now!
And I'd do it again. Sorry. Inspired that by the architecture of Solomon's Temple, the Sistine Chapel is the most famous room in the Apostolic Palace, the Pope's Vatican residence. The chapel's famous ceiling frescoes were only begun in 1508, so no climbing across the finger of God. But the wall paintings that line the chapel painted by Pietro Perugino, Sandro Botticelli, and Domenico Ghirlandaio, among others, are an ample consolation prize. As the Pope's personal chapel, Mass is frequently held inside, as are the papal conclaves, which occur after the Pope's death. The cardinals are locked inside the chapel and are not permitted to leave until a new Pope is elected. Only through smoke signals sent up a chimney to announce a new Pope can they escape. And worst of all horrors, no cardinals, unless ill, can be attended inside by more than one servant. That's just cruel. This is Sean, right?
This is the voice of the devil! Turn away from them!
I've come so far, guys. Look, I can push people without breaking all the pots.
Did Rodrigo manage to hurt you?
Barely. My armor blunted his attack.
Nice. Thank you, Altair. Egg. The original St. Peter's Basilica, built in 326. Whoa. As opposed to the epic basilica that exists today, was constructed in the form of a Latin cross. An atrium called the Garden of Paradise stood at the entrance, beckoning followers to the main doorways of the church. Unlike pagan temples, which were lavishly decorated, the facade of St. Peter's was plain. Thankfully, Catholicism got over all that when they made the new St. Peter's. Of course, the downside was that the religion became incredibly corrupt, but hey, beauty has to come at a price. Yeah. The basilica was built on top of the old Circus of Nero, but before you start pulling out your popcorn and cotton candy, this wasn't a modern circus. The Roman crucifixions of Christians was the main act. St. Peter, among many others, was hung up to die there. The basilica was built on top of this anti-Christian site. as almost an intentional modification of history by Emperor Constantine, because if it no longer exists, it never happened, right? So true.
Be ready to fight.
I will.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Saving you from the look of things.
Not bad for an old man.
Agreed. You still have some skill.
Buona questa.
Excellent. Good one. Impressive.
Whack, whack, whack. Oh my god, this music. Hi, Disney. Good to see you.
Bobby, what's the matter with you?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think I hit Mario. Why does he shove so violently? Why does he shove so violently? Damn it. This is not a good start, Megan. Oh, this is so smooth, guys. Where are we going? Cittadini. I know how to do this. I'm doing it. Got me looking like a fool. Guys, I can jump. Look at me. Oops. Sorry. Sorry, Mario. My bad.
Quite the athlete, that one.
Quite the athlete, that one. So true. Viewpoint? Oh. Hurry up. Oh.
This decision is yours alone to make. Only do so quickly. Give it to me. You can do with it as you will later.
Bene.
He can't decide.
Jump!
Please, I'm gonna cry. Fuck you guys. Fuck you, Ubisoft. I have chills on my thighs. Stop! My thighs are cold with chills. May we never change. Rome Global Investments? What? What? Hi, Natalie. Good to see you. Play the old joint. Here, Mario.
Then
Hand
Minerva
over the
talked about
aux
the
cord.
She told of a disaster that occurred long ago, and another that is coming.
Sometime far in the future, Vero. then we need not worry about it.
No, he's a climate change denier.
That's our work is finished.
Would that be so bad?
Sorry. Where? Oh, his hair. Oh my god. You little baddie. Ezio's my little baddie. Ezio's welcome in our marriage. 1,000,000%.
We upgraded the arsenal while you were away.
Yeah. Oh.
And it is now customary for you to fire cannonballs at visitors.
My apologies. We only installed them a few days ago. My men are still being trained in their use.
Hey, hey!
Da, da, da. They're keeping so much of the same songs. I love it so much.
Stay.
Geralt would win over Ezio? That... I don't know, man. I think Geralt is the obvious answer because of the potions and mutations. But Ezio's our man. He's fucking powerful.
Ezio! Look, it is Ezio!
Oh,
Let me see!
Buongiorno. It's good to be home.
he's such a little celebrity.
Felice anno nuovo. This place just keeps getting better.
I love that he loves it.
Thanks to you.
He loves being famous. He's just such a cheese ball.
Claudia. It is good to be home. How is mother?
She's fine. I heard you were returning, but I'm glad to see it with
I
my own
love
eyes.
her.
The Condessa of Forli is here to welcome you. I had
Oh.
no idea you were so famous.
Katarina? Here?
Is it finished then? Is the Spaniard truly dead?
Gather the others in Mario's study tonight. I'll explain everything there.
She's
Steel
cutie.
yourself, Ezio. They will have many questions.
Claudia, tell the Contessa I look forward to seeing her this evening.
Oh. Ezio. Ezio. Sir. He's like, I want to get some. Sorry. Anyways, I love Katarina. The third child of Giovanni and Maria Auditori, and the first girl in the family. Claudia lived a privileged childhood in Florence high society. After the murder of Giovanni and her two brothers, all that changed. Claudia, Ezio, and Maria fled to Monteriggioni and the safety of their uncle Mario's villa. Claudia remained in the villa caring for her nearly comatose mother, while Ezio set off to avenge the murders. A record book recovered by archaeologists reveals a relatively unexciting existence. Between months spent managing the villa's finances, brief periods of activity were supplied by Ezio's visits and the renovations she was able to carry out with the money brought back from his travels. Under her care, the town blossomed, ushering in a new era of prosperity for Monteriggioni. Claudia, however, remained cut off from the world she loved. To hear of Ezio's adventures only reminds me of my own lack thereof. This is not the life I dreamed of as a child. Ezio does not understand. He treats me so delicately. I despair of ever emerging from this prison, she writes in one particularly poignant letter dated July 1495. I'm like, I hope that changes. But I'm also, while I would like for her to be an assassin too and learn that, I love that she is responsible for the freaking flourishing of the economy and how she got there to the villa and then changed everything for the better. And she's just like a boss bitch and a businesswoman. I do appreciate that, but I do hope that she can travel too soon. Claudia doing office work. Sienna was Actively involved in the defense of Tuscany against Florentine attempts to gain more territory. At the front of this conflict was the Auditore family, who became the city's rulers and protectors. It was the Auditore who constructed Monteriggioni's famous walls, which can still be seen today. Although standing in opposition to Florentine desires, the Auditore have cordial relations with the Medici family, largely due to their collective Florentine roots. So this is a place that actually exists? Monteriggioni successfully withstood attacks from Florence until in 1554 the city was betrayed. Giovannino Zetti, the keeper of the garrison and a Florentine exile, was allowed to return to Florence in exchange for the keys to the city. Extraordinarily, the Auditore were allowed to continue their rule of Monteriggioni under Florentine leadership, showing that the Medici do not forget their friends. Aww. Oh, just not the villa. Okay. Yay, Unifex, welcome back. Nothing. Hey, I had more money than this. Wait, does it remember how much money I had? I did, Blaze. I did. I loved it. It was really sweet. The fact that she was like, thank you for not forgetting about me. Very precious. I love that I can see his face and hair. God, he ages like fine wine. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. He looks better older.
Buongiorno.
Ezio, Mario
Yeah,
is
Natalie.
going to murder me. I have lost his favorite horse.
Do not despair. I will bring it back.
God bless you, Ezio.
Oh, shit. Hey! No! Fuck! Wait, do I have to run? What? That was easy. I can't. I want to go to Italy so bad, guys. Ubisoft, take me.
Here.
Ubisoft,
Grazie,
Ubisoft.
I can no
Take me
longer
to
keep
Italy.
up with the horses.
Please.
Promise me you will enjoy your good health. Do not spend as much time in battle as your Uncle Mario.
My battles have already been won.
That is good news. Arrivederci, Ezio.
I love him. Here you go. It was supposed to be harder, but the horse got stuck. Well, I'll never complain about that. No, guys, I couldn't do this. People said I could do this. No, this was not a thing. This was not a thing unless my fucking PlayStation controller did not acknowledge. I could not do this before. Winter, this probably. Assassin's Creed and Oblivion. I don't think I'll add anything else because we have a lot of Assassin's Creed games to get through. Okay, Curdy, thank you for letting me know. I could not do this, or I never did it. That's crazy. I bet it was messed up because of my controller template, my PlayStation 4 controller template. Yeah, cannons. Mercenaries. Mercenaries were highly mobile in Renaissance Italy, moving from contract to contract. Professional captains called condottieri, usually paid for by cities, recruited men for a fixed amount of time. Many of the 4 hire soldiers who served in Italy weren't even Italian, coming from places like Germany, Switzerland, and Hungary. Nice. In their perpetual struggle to dominate Italy, the Italian states hired mercenaries to wage war against their Italian neighbors. And the soldiers, many of whom had no code of honor, would often rape and sack freely. When the state that was bankrolling them ran out of money, the soldiers would disband, frequently to be hired to destroy the very city they had just fought to defend. Some mercenaries were honorable, fighting for a cause they believed in, but men such as these were few and far between. Where they existed, however, they were much sought after.
So, these are the new cannons?
Yes, Signor Ezio.
May I try one?
Yes, but... Go on, tell him. We cannot seem to make them work properly, and the fool who mounted them is nowhere to be found.
Then it is up to me to find him.
We do not want to waste your time.
It is not any trouble. I have all the time in the world now.
Oh, don't jinx it, honey. Do not jinx it, honey. We do not have 2 more games with you. That is just retirement. Tiga, thank you for the brand new sub. I appreciate it. Oh, nice. That's... Oh, yeah. This is so different, guys. I love it. Xbox controller. Just gardening, eating pizza. Pizza? That's pizza pasta. Eating pizza and pasta and drinking latte cappuccinos.
Salve, Messere. We need you to fix the cannons on the battlements.
Leave me be. I do not begin repairs before noon.
Do you know who I am?
You know what time it is.
I make cannons, not cloths.
Everybody, look at the snow in there.
You are busy? Someone else will fix them.
Uno momento. No one else will touch my cannons.
Oh. Then go do it, sir.
Soldiers have no respect for artillery. They expect a gun to work like magic. You need to feel her out. Give her a little encouragement. We are only equipped with simple cannons now, but I got hold of a design from France, a hand cannon. Something called a wrought iron murderer.
Ooh.
Imagine firing a cannon from your hands. That is the future.
Okay. Madman, thank you for gifting us up to the community. Invented a clock.
What have you done?
Oh.
We used them. They were not ready for firing. You could have gotten us all killed. Let me see.
His breath is more fatal than our cannons.
Only when you 2 fools are shooting them. There, try it.
Yes! Also, Unifex, thank you for gifting us up to Terra. I appreciate you. I hope your shopping went well. Let's go, let's go! Cannon time!
To test the alignment.
This is what he'd be doing in his retirement, though, you know? Oops.
The aiming mechanism is fine. The problem must be behind it.
What?
Again. Again.
My depth perception is messed up. There we go. Again.
Perfect.
He did hi. I'm loving them so far.
For the other one.
I must go.
Thanks for your help. If you hear the cannons tomorrow, do not worry. We will be practicing at dawn.
Too bad it will not do you any good.
Very funny. Now fix the second cannon.
His bald head. Sorry. Shoot him, he's bald. Dun, 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 dun. Oops! Almost died. I almost died.
Cazzo!
Need some help.
Salve.
So many flowers.
Oh.
Your husband must be very lucky.
I am the lucky one. I have you here to aid me.
Let me see what I can do.
Back there, I may have given you the wrong impression.
Oh?
I have no husband. The flowers are for a party.
Am I invited?
To Claudia Auditori's birthday party in the villa. If you are willing to help me again, I need someone with class to accompany me.
What makes you think I have class?
I could tell the moment I saw you. No one in this town walks with such bearing. I'm certain Ezio Auditori himself would be impressed.
Oh!
What do you know of Ezio?
Claudia thinks the world of him, but he rarely visits her.
Oh.
From what I gather, he's distant.
She is right. I have been.
Oh no. You? The party was intended to be a surprise. Promise you will not tell Claudia.
What will you do to keep me quiet?
I am sure I can think of several things.
I'll be waiting to hear them when we get there.
He's home. Our little flirt is home. Beautiful flowers.
Now about earning my silence.
I have something in mind. There is one condition.
Anything.
You must wait until tomorrow.
If it pleases you, I will not stand in your way.
It will be worth the wait, Ezio. Trust me.
Oh, teasing Ezio? Teasing Ezio? Oh my goodness.
Buongiorno, Ezio.
Katarina.
She looks
To what
cute.
do I owe the pleasure of your presence here?
I desire an allegiance. The papal armies have resumed their march on Forli. Your mercenaries would be a great asset to my cause.
Thank you, they're gonna
It is
love
likely that I can give you
that.
what you seek. But we will talk later.
Thank you so much,
Mother.
Bumble. They're gonna love it. Oh.
Machiavelli.
Hey, Machiavelli.
Though not, I think, as any of us expected. I entered the Vaticano and faced Rodrigo.
No!
Used the power of the papal staff against me, but I defeated him.
Yes, you did.
Finding the staff on the apple, I gained access to the vault. There, a moving painting of the goddess Minerva spoke. She told of a terrible tragedy
moving
to befall mankind
painting.
in the future, but gave hope of lost temples that will provide aid to humanity. And then she called out to a phantom, Desmond, as if he were there, standing beside me. After her warning, she vanished.
Amazing.
I cannot imagine such wonders.
The vault did not house the terrible weapon we feared. This is good news.
What of this goddess, this Minerva? Did she appear human?
Yes, but her words proved otherwise. All of her kind died many years ago.
I love that Claudia just
I wish
accepts
I could
it.
show you
She's
the
like,
magic
what's
she
she look like?
Who is Desmond, and where are these temples Minerva spoke of?
I do not know.
Perhaps we must search for them.
Tell me how it ended with Borgia. Did Rodrigo beg forgiveness? Make excuses? Promise power in return?
No. None of those things.
I threw him against a wall.
Interesting.
A million times.
I'm surprised he remained so composed.
I let him leave.
Oh.
The Spaniard lives? Once our enemies are dead, we can speak of vaults and gods and ancient places. You should have killed him. We're sure to suffer for it.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
not here
valid.
to debate the past. Together, we should discuss the future.
No. I am leaving immediately for Roma.
Ooh, sassy.
Ezio, I do not know why you spared him, but I trust your judgment. Machiavelli will come around.
I spared him because he's supposed to live another 4 years in, historically. History demanded it. What can we say? Tomorrow I will make torta bolognese. I leave to pick up the eggs and meat from the market and will be back in time to open the bakery as the sun strikes the top of the courtyard. How privileged a life we lead. It is hard to remember on such a day that what is given may also be taken away. These are the final lines of Maria's diaries. Born into the powerful banking family, the Mozzi, Maria is one of the most famous historical sources of the time period due to her multi-volume diary, which has been translated by several notable scholars and is on display in the Uffizi Gallery in Florence. Now, thanks to the Animus, we know why her diary ceased. After her husband Giovanni's arrest, during which Maria was mistreated by Florence's guards, Sag, she entered a semi-catatonic state. Cared for by Ezio's sister Claudia at the villa, she remained silent for years until Ezio brought her a bundle of feathers he had collected during his travels, an activity that her youngest son, Prosciutto, once engaged in. Brought back to life by Ezio's gift, her temperament has been improving steadily since. It's really sweet. I miss her for sure. And I hope we get more of her funny personality again in this game. Unarmed prophets have always been destroyed, whereas armed prophets have succeeded. These cynical words were written by Niccolo Machiavelli, one of the greatest minds of the Renaissance. Considered a pioneer of realist philosophy, he believed that all men are evil and will act upon their vicious nature if given the chance. The third son of a Florentine attorney, Machiavelli was tutored by his father in grammar, rhetoric, and Latin. In 1494, he entered a government service as a clerk and an ambassador. Made a member of the Florentine Diplomatic Council, he was sent to the courts of France, Spain, and Rome between 1499 and 1512. It was during this time that he met Caesar. Immediately taken with the young Captain General, Machiavelli wrote, "I can find no fault with him." Was he gay? Was he gay? Machiavelli followed Caesar, learning his approach to war until 1500 when he became de facto leader of the Assassins. No. Oh, fuck. I know, it's Italy. They were all a little gay. Yeah, it was a Renaissance. From 1500 to 1503, he settled in Rome, although little is known of his activities there. In 1503, Machiavelli was put in charge of the Florentine militia and the city's defense. He recruited citizens for his militia, preferring men who had a stake in Florence's continued success to dispassionate mercenaries. His strategy seemed to work in 1509 when Florence defeated Pisa. Machiavelli continued to participate in Florentine government after the Medici family was chased out. But when the Medici returned, they arrested and tortured him. He was accused of conspiring against them. Unable to find any wrongdoing, the Medici exiled Machiavelli. He retired to his estate in Santa Andrea, where he wrote his famous works, The Prince, The Discourses on Livy, and the Florentine Histories. He died in 1527. His place of burial remains unknown. Oh my god. Sean, read some of these for me. A countess by marriage, Katarina was notorious far before she ever arrived in Forli. Raised in the court of Milan, she received a classical education while tutored in the art of war by her father, the Duke. At court, Katarina also acquired a passion for alchemy and hunting. In 1473, when she was 10 years old, Katarina became engaged to Girolamo Riario, the Pope's nephew. They consummated their marriage when she was 14. Once in Rome, she was heralded as one of the most outgoing nobles at court, while her husband had a reputation for being one of the most ruthless. With the premature death of the Pope's brother, Girolamo gained even more power, securing the titles of Lord of Imola and Forli. When the Pope died, looters sacked Rome, destroying Katarina's residence. Unafraid, despite being 7 months pregnant, Katarina rode on horseback to the Castel San Angelo and defended the Vatican with cannon fire and soldiers. I love her! In 1484, she moved with her family to Forli. Paid off by someone with a grievance against her husband, the Orsi brothers killed Girolamo in 1488. As a result, Katarina became the ruler of Forli and Imola. She wasted no time winning the favor of nearby rulers, revising the tax system, and training the militia herself. Although she advocated peace, when those around her were hurt, she dealt fierce vengeance, frequently killing enemies' wives and children in punishment. This woman. In 1499, Caesar, in his quest for territory, decided to return Forli to papal rule. Side note, the papacy claimed ownership of most regions in Italy. These lands were lent out to rulers, but papal troops troops could march in and reclaim them at any point, much like libraries set out to burn down the homes of those who keep books checked out for too long. As Caesar marched towards Katarina, she sent the Pope a friendly letter that had been rubbed with the sores of plague victims. Oh shit! It went downhill from there. As an assault by papal forces became inevitable, Katarina snuck out of Forli with a small company of soldiers on Christmas Day, 1499. Merry Christmas, everyone! And journeying to Monteriggioni, seeking armed support from Ezio Auditore. Okay, so this is so cool because this is like new information. They're not recycling the bios because like none of that information was included. No papal. 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 Papa. Papa? Papal? Papa? PayPal? Okay, I don't know what is right. PayPal? PayPal? Okay, I'm gonna say PayPal. Midge, thank you so much for the brand new stuff. PayPal. 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 Amazing. PayPal is so ancient. Yes, and that's why they say, oh, Elon Musk created PayPal. No, he didn't. It's been around. He's just taking credit. On a side note, Elon Musk actually did not think of PayPal. He just acquired it. And if you want to compliment him on his business moves and decisions, then by all means do that. But do not make it out like he's some visionary, like fucking Leonardo. Because he's not. Tesla, he did not think of. It was created by 2 other dudes, so. Not in my chat. Don't look at me. I'm having a moment. Don't look at me, chat. Chester! Oh! Wait, is that Katarina or the girl outside?
Welcome home.
Oh, that's cute. That's actually very cute. Oh! I thought it was over. Oh! Oh! Oh. Everyone go away, please. Can you go away? Go away! Go away, everyone. He deserves it.
Ready to go again?
Oh!
You don't need to ask.
Ah!
One should always have the freedom to choose.
Oh.
What's that?
Probably just training exercises.
Oh no.
Merda. I have to find Mario and rally the troops.
My men are in the courtyard. I aim to lead them around back and flank our attackers.
Stay out of sight.
Oh! No! No! No!
It's the Borgia!
How did we not see this?
They must have massed to the east
Bro,
during the
why
night. We need to
didn't
hold
he
them off
kill
until the
him?
townspeople have escaped.
I will take care of it.
Why would
Use the
they?
cannons above the ramparts. I intend to lead a frontal assault.
Do you have it?
I am keeping it safe. The Borgia must not be allowed to breach the walls until everyone is safely away. Insieme per la vittoria.
Insieme. Uncle, be careful.
I will.
Oh! Oh my god. Okay. I did not! Oh my god! No, I didn't! I spent so much money on this! I spent so much money investing! What the fuck? Oh my god!
Load the cannon.
Aim for the cannon, signore!
Oh my god, that thing that's just like coming towards us. What the fuck? Stop!
He's dead, signore!
No!
Keep loading the cannon!
It's not working.
Sometimes people still have it this game. Keep going.
Well, this is really hard. This is really messed up. Okay.
Soldiers are fighting the walls. Signor, forget the camp. You must stop them. Go. I will carry on here. No one shall be spared.
Oh, nice.
Kill them all. Let them run. Hurry.
Oh my god. Nice. No! No! No, please, 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 please. Can I have some power back? Please, I can't do this again.
The Pope told
Who's
me
this
about
blonde
you
hoe?
and your little group of assassins. And this! Give me the gun, his friend.
Who's that little slut?
We've had too much bloodshed. I think the cleansing is in order. So consider this an invitation from my family to yours.
No, no, no.
Basta! I can walk.
Look out! They are coming! Everyone, retreat to the villa!
I cannot fight like this. Stand with me!
Get him! Going anywhere! Oh, get him!
Get him! Yes! Garland guys! Groveling before me! I appreciate this sentiment, but still, they never stood a chance.
This music.
Ezio!
No, this is where trouble went.
Get inside the sanctuary!
Follow me!
I don't understand.
They messed with the wrong crew.
Oh wait, I have to keep it up. Okay. I know, I know.
Faster, ragazzi! Earn your pay! Which way did he go? There! Get him!
Stop. I'm stressed.
I will hold them back. Stop! Wait for us!
We thought you had been killed, Sir Ezio.
Not yet.
Where does this passage lead?
To the north, outside the walls.
I am surprised it exists. Let me through. I must go help the troops.
Hurry, Ezio!
Thieves! Renaissance thieves were usually wanderers who could vanish at the first sign of trouble, making it hard for guards to track them. Black market business in Renaissance Italy was booming. Muggings in the major cities were fairly common, as were murders. Often strollers were attacked in the dead of night, killed, robbed, and then rolled into the nearest river or canal. Even if a thief merely stole rather than killed, the penalties if caught were often unduly harsh. Torture was common, thieves were put in stocks and sometimes even publicly executed. In order to avoid punishment, thieves often created bonds of trust amongst each other. Each was supposed to tell the rest his dirty secrets, which meant that each thief potentially held his comrades' lives in his hands. That trust.
Where's Mother? Is she all right?
I am here, Ezio.
Yay! Okay.
Grazie,
no, what are you
Dio.
doing in here? Oh, those are... Okay.
We could not leave without you.
The way out will be dangerous. Protect our mother.
Protect our mother. Thank you, Brotherhood. Thank you, Creed, for protecting us and allowing us
Where is
an
Mario?
escape
I
route.
thought he would be waiting for us.
The Borgia infantry are circling the town!
Mario is dead. You must leave this place. Take Mother to Firenze. Get me a horse.
You are not coming with us. Where are you riding?
To Roma.
Go, my son. Destroy them.
Yes.
But remember for whom we assassins fight.
I'm sorry, Mario. I'm sorry I couldn't get to you in time. I love him. If you started with him, then what's the emotional investment? Oh no. Leonardo. Help me. Oh.
Lucy, I can't seem to get a position on Ezio's POE.
POE? Could one of you tell me what's going on?
Sorry, Desmond. Peace of Eden. In the Vatican, Minerva talked about other temples, that they're the key to preventing whatever terrible
On the
thing is
go,
about to happen
Animus.
to the Earth.
Right.
To find the temples, I'm convinced we need to get our hands on Ezio's Apple of Eden. Minerva altered it somehow when she touched it.
Wait, we're at the Auditore Villa.
Yes, it's our last safe house in Italy. It turns out the Templars are watching the border.
Ezio hid the POE sometime in 1507. When I try to access that DNA sequence,
Sorry.
He seems to be remembering something else.
Oh.
Like a memory inside a memory?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, he's
Exactly, maybe.
planned.
I believe you experienced something similar back at Abstergo, didn't you?
Subject 15
Wait,
exhibited
Sean's
memory
looking
within
good.
memory-like
Wait.
patterns, but she was pregnant. The memories of both the fetus's father and mother were competing.
Wait, Sean looking
Desmond's
kind of
not
good.
pregnant, at least as far as I can tell. Might just have had a big lunch.
Can you skip ahead to a later memory?
No, it doesn't work.
Why do I have feelings
Well, that
for all
sounds
three
familiar.
of them?
We couldn't access Altair's later memories until Desmond had improved his synchronization.
Why are they all
But it's
three
possible
so
something
hot?
similar's occurred here. Ezio's troubled state is being transposed onto Desmond, destabilizing the memory. Either that, or Rebecca's just not a very good engineer.
Thanks, asshole.
What? I'm simply listing possible explanations. And that is amongst the most likely. Touchy.
This place isn't secure. Cell phone surveillance can see right through the walls.
Don't you mean satellite surveillance?
Are you kidding? Abstergo upgraded his cell towers ages ago. The waves go through everything above ground. They're gonna find us.
No, they aren't. Come with me.
I love that little group. At the time, we didn't have technology to make ugly character models, except that bitch-ass blonde hoe. Sorry, if you thought I was feminist, I'm not. That's a hoe, an incest hoe.
There's a
Cancel
beam
me.
blocking it
I don't
from
give
the
a
inside.
fuck.
We're not getting in this
I did
way.
not like her.
What's her next move?
The road just loops back
I'm a
into the highway.
misogynist.
This is not a
For
good place
Triss
for us
and
to
that
be
blonde
right now.
bitch.
Do we have any tarps? We need to cover up the van.
I really hate to stress this, yeah, but we are running out of time.
Well, help us then, Sean.
Oh.
Do you have any ideas?
I don't know. Maybe there's another way into the sanctuary.
Hey, I think I've got something.
It's so cool to see them up and walking around. What? Wait, what? This is so cool. It's so cool to see them, like, you know, up and walking around and just really doing adventures. They're like the Scooby-Doo team. I love his big ass pants. Like, no skinny jeans for Desmond. Where'd you go? Sorry. I lost you.
Follow me.
Oh, here. Okay, so everyone knows how to do a leap of faith, right?
Desmond, that was pretty awesome.
Oh, she didn't do it.
Just felt natural.
Oh.
We can get in through here.
Oh, because he's learning through
Good
living.
Well,
I
just
forget
wait
what
up
it's
here then,
called.
shall we? Yeah, all alone with massive targets painted on our backs.
You're assassins. You should learn how to do that. Bleeding effect, yeah. She's like, that was pretty
Why won't
sexy.
this turn on?
It's great to be out of the Animus.
This isn't exactly my idea of a good time.
Well, let me guess. You're more the in-bed at 6 type.
What? Desmond? I know how to have
I'm
fun.
that.
Oh, that's very convincing. Yeah, I'm convinced.
You can have fun in bed.
Okay, after we save the world, I'll show you.
Oh, wait, can I get that in writing?
We have light.
That's so cute. That's cute flirting. Except if it were Ezio, he would be like,
what was that?
No, we can go in your bed instead. Ezio would have no shame. He'd just be like, no, I'd rather be in your bed by 6.
Get out before I soldati catch you! Correte! Go!
Oh. Nice. Can Lucy
They
see
escaped
him?
through here.
What?
Ezio and the villagers. After the attack, I can see them now.
I know it's difficult, but try to compartmentalize, Desmond. Focus on the present.
What if I can't stop the visions? How long before I start painting symbols on the walls?
It's okay.
Don't joke about that. 16 is dead. We're focusing on the present, okay?
I don't think he's joking about it. It's a very real fear. I'm scared for him. He's got a glow stick. Nice. Hi, Gray. Doge. How you doing? But I don't know what the any button is.
Great, it's stuck.
I can get under there.
I would rather you not.
Ready?
Oh God. They trust each other. Shit.
Any chance you can lift that gate?
Not unless you want me to end up like that skeleton.
I'll find a way around.
High-sized alarm. Good to see you.
I can drop into the corridor below through here.
Watch out for bats.
Where?
I meant in case you see any.
Remind me not to make you a lookout.
They're so cute together. I thought maybe I was alone in the Desmond Lucy ship. They're pretty cute together.
Desmond?
More ghosts.
I'm here, okay? Stay with me.
Sweet.
Ezio!
Claudia? It's cool that some bones are still here. Oh no, oh no.
Did anything fall on you?
No. Is Mother all right?
Desmond, we can't climb this.
You can't.
How about you give me a boost?
That's a bad idea.
Wait, he has the
I
same
could
mouse
throw you into the
guard.
air and you grab the ledge.
Even worse.
Follow me.
Why does he have a mouse scar too? Oh my god, look at them. Stop! On my way to read some fan fiction.
How about this?
What are you going to... Nice job.
I aim to please.
The main...
I wonder how old these tunnels are.
Middle Ages, probably. Luckily, the beams still hold our weight.
After all this time in the Animus, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but you're really getting fat.
Ouch.
He even told Rebecca to widen the Animus.
Seriously?
Sorry.
No.
It's cute. Seriously? The best part of the bleeding effect is getting Ezio's flirting skills, clearly.
Up we go.
Ready.
No, not the statues.
You know when I came here last?
When Ezio came here.
Oh.
Yeah, I meant Ezio.
I shouldn't put you through all this. It's not right.
Hey, all joking aside, I'm having the time of my life. And it's thanks to you.
Just focus on where you're going, okay?
Girl, I think you want him to be more like Ezio. No, I'm just kidding. It's serious. He does need to be able to distinguish himself from Ezio because Subject 16 is very sad. This very sad story.
When did this become my job?
If I pulled all the levers, then what would be left for you?
Nothing.
Nice try.
Ready?
You could have maybe held it up
Found
a little
switch.
longer. Jeez. Uh-oh.
Something's open.
It's okay, I'm on it.
I'm stuck over here, but I can see a lever across the water.
Great. Ezio gets a bath with Katarina Sforza, and I get a swim in a toilet.
But you're with your girl. So it's okay.
I've got this one.
There's another lever up ahead. Come over here. This way.
Oh shit.
Oh man, it's freezing.
Stop whining.
It's easy for you to say. You aren't swimming in medieval toxic waste. Ugh.
Oh my god, yeah. How long has that been there?
I smell terrible.
You're exaggerating.
Oh, that's very sweet. The guitar.
Remember, this is the time of your life.
Yeah. Ready?
Go for it.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, release it.
How come you don't have to get wet?
Because you're here.
Charming.
Oh, you are.
I've got you.
Thanks.
Ezio! We are on the other side! Hurry!
Cazzo!
Oh.
Great, the bridge is out. We can't jump this.
I have an idea. You'll have to help me. Stand at the edge and get ready.
Ready?
Made it! Let me see.
Oh, you go on ahead. I'll just stay here to die in the dark with the bats.
Ooh! It's drunk.
Jump across.
Nice work.
The bats will be disappointed.
For now.
The bats are going to hate this announcement.
You'd think these stairs would lead somewhere.
But they don't.
Well, life is full of disappointments.
Nice, Desmond. I love the camera angles.
I'll wait here.
Good. Let me just go and get that bridge down for you.
I did the last one.
And I'm sure that will be your last one.
Oh.
Haha, very funny.
Oh.
Got it.
Thank you, Desmond.
You're welcome.
Now it's my turn to even the score. There.
Thanks. It's a start.
Do your magic.
Yep, that's my magic. That is my magic. The white clothes in this game are untouchable. It's just assassin stuff. Just assassin stuff. Julio, hi. Oh, fuck you. No way. Damn it. Hi, Sheer Factor. Welcome. Hi, Marissa. Good to see you. Look, I gotta do all that again. That's some bullshit. Itachi, hi. It's so good so far. Except I'm not happy about Mario. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm a little bit in denial about Mario. And this happens to me sometimes. I think because I play a lot of video games, but we did not actually see him get shot. So until the funeral happens and the body is found, I'm not gonna be too sad. You know what I mean? And that's probably me in the first stage of grief, which is oh, I mourned the fuck out of Rageous. I'm really embarrassing myself in front of my crush.
Up you go.
Ooh, elevator.
Thanks. We make a good team.
Stop. I'm winning over my crush.
Okay.
Whoa, he really just like threw her violently.
Come on, Desmond, let's go.
I just start. She's so impatient.
I can see the sanctuary.
Yes. Wait, so Ezio doesn't have one.
Wow. He looks so old. Ezio must have come back here way after the attack. But why?
Desmond!
Right. Let's open that door.
Whoa, we're time jumping and stuff. I love his fucking fanny pack, his backwards fanny pack. What a goober.
Try using that special sight you learned from Altair.
There's something here.
Can you open the damn bookcase, Desmond?
I don't know what to do. 14, 19, 20, 21. I love gray hair, so I would love to see.
You guys did it.
About bloody time.
Gray-haired Ezio.
What's that?
Looks like something Ezio left behind. There are numbers underneath it. 1419. 1420.
Is he talking to Desmond?
1421.
Maybe you should lie down for a bit.
No, it's all right. I'm fine.
Whoa, they really built this place to last. No signs of structural
Shin, thank
damage,
you for
no cell
that.
signal either. Should be safe to set up. Let's get the Animus down there.
I'm so excited. It's the illustrated version. Thank you, Shin. That'd be so cool if he was just like trying to talk
everything's
to.
good here. Sean, hide the
Desmond.
van in town and make sure you aren't followed.
What is that smell?
It's my clothes.
They smell like you swam through a sewer.
I did.
It was Lucy's idea.
That's so Nolan North.
guys,
It
we
was
need power down
Lucy's.
there.
That was
There's a line
Nathan
running
Drake
nearby
coming
I can
in.
hook into, but the water's just weak.
It was Elena's
Oh, yeah,
idea.
of course, yeah. Anything else you two would like? You know, some caviar perhaps?
Sure.
Maybe you'd like me to knit you a lovely hat.
Can you
No?
bring us back some
Fine, follow me.
Starbucks? Starbucks for the workplace. I'll have a venti, shaken ice espresso with sugar cookie. This is so cool though. He needs a snack. You really need to get him a snack. Oh, I'm sorry, Marissa. I've been drinking a lot of... This is actually the peppermint mocha. So cool. Oh, guys, thank you so much for these. Oh, Unifix! Unifix! Thank you for for gifting a sub to Norwegian. I appreciate that. Thank you. Venomous, thank you for gifting a sub to the community.
Everybody look at the snow in the yard.
Thank you, Venomous. You're the best. Let's go on a Starbucks run. Oh, I'm gonna start planning my Italy trip with Caleb. I'll live stream if I can from Italy. And be like, I climbed this wall. I got the assassin's tomb here. Did you know I did a leap of faith over here? Beautiful. I love that it was pretty much kept. It's just kept up well.
Right, look around Monteriggioni for circuit boxes. Rebecca's little doodahs, they'll reroute small amounts of electricity to the power line underneath the villa. Don't ask me how they work. If I understood that, I wouldn't be the fella hiding the van.
Okay. I love his tattoo. I had a dream that I got a tattoo, which I want to get a collarbone tattoo next, but it was like gold stars. It was like somehow the ink was sparkly and it was like sparkly gold stars. So maybe I have to get some like, I think it'd be cool to do ornamental, you know, these are ornamental vines. I think it'd be cool to do like stars and moon and yeah, like I would kind of trust my artist. But instead of vines or flowers or anything like that, like focus on the sky. Boa noite to the BAME. Keeney might know what that means. Night court, exactly, Oxy. I can't stop. Except I like blood and ash better. Maybe I should get a poppy tattoo. It would be so gorgeous. Thank you. Yes, I need... Caleb says I need more tattoos. He said it yesterday, so I'm gonna go get more tattoos. I really want, like, collarbone. Hi, Dave! I love the moon, so I definitely feel like I need moon, stars. Good night, Charlie. We love you. Look, there's the moon, a full moon. Sorry, I think I missed some power things here. Ah, Shin, thank you for the Goomba. I'm gonna be honest, that's for Yuna. When I saw that, I was like, Yuna will love that. It's gonna be the perfect size for her. So I hope that's okay to give it to Yuna. Thank you so much. So many presents. Yuna and Okinawan means moon? Stop. I didn't even know that. That's so cute. I love that. Oh my god, it's so weird to see a car here. That's so fucking weird. I'm not used to it. Here's one. Which of these two would you have be your father? Altair's would be my father. Ezio would be something else to me. Ezio's part of my marriage, okay? I can't consider Ezio as my actual father. Altair, I could. I didn't really simp over Altair. I love him, but I feel like we can all agree Ezio does something to us. Yeah, Ezio's daddy, not father. something else. Okay, we did it. Oh my god, get these cars out. Hell yeah, Shin. That's a great idea. No, I'm gonna owe my soul to Cassandra. I've already seen pictures of her, okay? I've already seen her.
I'm back.
That's gonna be
just in time.
A mess.
The sun's rising.
For me.
Yes, it's booted. We're good to go.
Yeah!
Did you miss me? No? Anyone?
I did.
Hello? Am I speaking out loud? Hello? Workaholics.
Let's get started.
Let's get started. One thing about me is I am the assassin, and I like to go and simp over assassins.
What are we gonna do about Abstergo?
Wait it out. As soon as we find the apple, I get in contact with our other teams in Europe, but as far as Italy goes, we're on our own.
It'd be nice to have some help from above.
Our top assassins are busy gathering info about the Templar
I was going to ask where they were.
We've pinpointed several possible facilities in the US, China, and Russia, but there are no clear leads yet.
You seem focused.
I've been busy patching new systems into Baby here. Oh. She's only gonna get better.
Is Desmond gonna be able to relive memories this time?
As a matter of fact, he will.
She can call me baby. Huh? What?
Always a tech geek?
Nah, I was into sports, but then I broke my leg and started playing with computers.
Oh!
Who knew that coding could be just as exhilarating as strapping on a board and dropping out of a helicopter?
What?
Just FYI, you might want to get your adrenal glands checked. You know? Because that is not normal.
Oh! Why is the modern assassin order almost extinct? Stream cut out?
Focusing on this.
Oh, sorry.
What are the other teams doing?
Combating Abstergo's search for pieces of Eden. As far as I know, Abstergo has no clue about the temples and Ezio's apple. We might actually be ahead for once.
It's a lore spoiler. Oh, will I learn about it? Oops. Okay, I'm gonna stop looking at chat.
Do you have any clue about those numbers under the drawing?
1419, 1420, 1421. Maybe something to do with the 100 Years' War.
Oh.
Or wait, in 1419, Pope Martin V arrived in Florence, right? He
so
left for Rome in
smart.
1420, and that was the same year Brunelleschi began building the Duomo. And in 1421... Yeah, I'll have to do some more research, I think.
Yeah, but you're so smart. You have so much historical knowledge. This is like Jeunesse and all the other history nerds. Jay Fuentes. We have a lot of history nerds in this community, and that's like, you guys are Sean.
So, what do you think of Monteriggioni?
Monteriggioni!
This is not Monteriggioni. Monteriggioni existed in the Renaissance. Ask me how the town was in 1554 when it was seized by Florence, and I'll tell you.
Monteriggioni!
Huh. I figured you'd like it nowadays. Seems not to have changed much.
Exactly. History is the study of change. Change is life. When things become static, it means they're dead.
Ooh! Talk more history to me, Daddy Sean. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
My work requires attention, Desmond.
I'm kind of busy here.
Okay, shit. Can I, like, look at anything? Achievement, sanctuary, sanctuary. No, I didn't know that, Disney.
As you may have noticed in the van, I've made some improvements to the Animus, and I've also patched in a new VR training program. Here you can show off all those flashy moves you picked up from your ancestors. Let me open one of the missions.
Oh, she's moving it for me. This is so crazy. Short kill streak.
Have at him.
Okay, wait. Okay. I don't understand. How do I do this? Because it's not working. I don't understand.
Good, now select it and you're gonna see the memories inside. Once you've unlocked a memory by accessing this menu, you can relive it as many times as you want.
But what if there are memories I just want to forget?
Desmond, this is very important. If you need to take a break, log out of the Animus.
Oh.
You can leave the machine whenever you like.
Okay.
I'm all set to go. Don't worry.
Thanks, y'all.
One last
that helps.
thing. As you raise your synchronization by executing events the way Ezio lived them, you might even discover some repressed memories.
Repressed memories.
Okay, let's get started. Select the first memory.
I would be afraid to look at mine. Please, no one in the future.
Desmond,
if
I've been
I'm
looking
an
at those
Animus,
gibberish 5-digit codes from
someone's
the end
looking
of
at my
Subject
memories.
16's files,
Stop
and
it.
I seem to have discovered a remarkable coincidence. The codes correspond perfectly with coordinates inside the Animus. I've tagged the landmarks, pinpointed by the coordinates with eye icons in the database.
Nice.
Now, odds are you won't find anything there, but, well, who knows?
Okay, thank you. This seems a little easier then. Ride the unicorn sheet. Wait, what? She cute.
Calmatevi. The pain will end soon.
Where have you brought me?
Nowhere, Messere. A man left you here.
Aww.
Did he say anything?
Only this. You are to meet Messer Machiavelli in front of the Mausoleo di Augusto.
Machiavelli told you.
The same man who brought me here gave me these clothes.
Marissa.
Si, Messere.
Look at this man. Look at this man. That's mine. OG White.
Roma.
Roma.
Yes, or what is left of it since the Borgia came to power.
And the Mausoleo.
Unfortunately, you cannot see it from here.
How about from the top of that church?
Yes, but the stairs up are closed.
No problem.
That should not be a problem. Vi ringrazio di tutto quello che avete fatto per me, buona donna.
Requiescat in pace. Do you want a kiss? As a reward? It's like a reward. Find a doctor to heal the wounds from the villa attack. Then climb the church tower to locate the Mausoleo du... Viewpoint time! Madman Rest, thank you for gifting us up to Weeder. Thank you. Do not drop below 1 health square. Marissa, thank you for the 100 bits and starting the hype train. Oh my god, I have no health squares. Mura Aureliane. Enclosing all the 7 hills of Rome, this line of city walls was built during the reigns of Emperor Aurelian and Emperor Probus from 271 to 275. It served as a deterrent against raiding clans of barbarians who liked to strike poorly defended suburbs and villages. In 545, during the Gothic War, Totila, king of the Ostrogoths, destroyed much of the walls in an attempt to reduce the Byzantines' ability to defend the city. And that's what's wrong with Goths today. Too much makeup, not enough village raising. Called out. Tortilla. Okay, nice. And it says do not drop below 1 health point. Blood and health square. Yes. Rome. Evidence suggests a human presence in the area of Rome for at least 10,000 years. Her queen Tortilla. The mythology of early Rome tells us that the city was founded by Romulus, who was raised in a cave with his brother Remus by a she-wolf. Sorry. Oh, EMC, thank you for the 2 months. I do, Julio, I do.
Not getting rid of me yet.
Thank you. Apparently, the 2 infant boys took their nourishment from her teat. A story like that must be true, right? Archaeological evidence supports that Rome did in fact grow from pastoral settlements on Colle Palatino, the future site of the Roman Forum, upon which there are several caves. Eventually, the Republic of Rome was founded in c. 510 BCE. I love that they use BCE instead of BC. That's some cool shit. That's some, I don't know, international, like, accepting shit. Thank you for those bits, Madman. The successful and wealthy republic gave birth to the Imperial Roman Empire c. 27 BCE, which were sprawling territories ruled by succeeding emperors. When the empire fell in 476 and the Roman Catholic Church took power in 756, Rome continued to be both an economic and cultural powerhouse in Europe. In the mid-14th century, Florence surpassed Rome as the epicenter of the Italian Renaissance. This irked the it's papacy? Papal? Papacy to no end, so they set about, yes, okay, great, spending vast amounts of money and resources commissioning architects and artists to create masterworks in an effort to bring the focus back to Rome. The result of this vanity-driven ambition was an unmatched creative and scientific output that is still marveled over today. It's safe to say that Rome is historically one of the most important cities in Western history and arguably the world. Hell yeah. Thank you for that hype train. Y'all are crazy. You better stop. Thank you.
I need to find the doctor.
Okay. I'll get you there. Don't worry. How do I get down? Oh my god, it never ends. In the Middle Ages, the Via Recta left through this gate leading to the Tiber River port in Trastevere. It was restored at the beginning of the 15th century and again in 1498 when Pope Alexander VI wanted to give it a more military feel right before Caesar marched out of the Vatican to attack Romagna and the Villa Auditore. Fuck you, Caesar. And I hope I wasn't seeing Caesar simpers. I hope I wasn't seeing Caesar simps in my chat. Because that's fucked up. Cesare? Oh my god, seriously? We're calling him Cesare? Cesare.
Oh, merda! Salute. I require medicine.
Let me look.
I missed the white and
Someone
red.
your age cannot recover from a wound like
Your
this with
age?
medicine. Here is something to dull the pain. You will heal over time.
Grazie.
4 out of 5 doctors would suggest leeches, but they have not proven effective
Yes,
against such
finally!
things. However, I can recommend several good colleagues around
Finally, we're letting go of
Do
leeches.
you need anything else?
Jesus. Finally, a good fucking doctor. Jesus. Sorry. Diagrams of the human body in the printing press in influenced Renaissance medicine greatly, which had in turn been influenced by Arabic medicine during the Middle Ages. The more you know. By the 15th century, science had already begun its slow climb toward becoming more relevant than spirituality. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Sorry. We love to hear it. We love to see it in the field of healthcare. However, many people stubbornly clung to old ways, visiting local mystics instead of doctors. After the plague ravaged Europe in 1350, many doctors dressed in special plague gear to treat patients. To prevent contamination, they wore a cape coated in wax and a primitive gas mask in the shape of a beak.
Poisons.
I have like medicine. I don't have any money. Guys, don't hate me, but I think this is a good place to end today. Do not hate me. There's only a couple of Chasad